Welcome everybody to Rock Your Facebook and YouTube Marketing with Marc Bullard and Timberley Jones. I'm the handsome devil on the right and Timberley is the foxy lady on the left. And today you guys, or this evening, you guys will be getting a very special treat. Usually about once a year I always do a YouTube updates webinar to highlight everything that has changed, all the new features and everything that you guys need to be aware of when it comes to YouTube. And that's not going to be any different tonight. However, you guys are going to have a double whammy, a double feature, if you will, and we are also going to be focusing on Facebook and all of the updates and everything you need to know about Facebook. So, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Marc Bullard. Most of you guys are familiar with who I am. If you've ever been on one of our webinars, you've heard my voice before. And you might be familiar with Timberley Jones. She is our Facebook expert, and she knows everything there is about Facebook, a whole lot more than I do. So I'm going to be learning things right along with you guys tonight. And what we're going to do is the first half of the webinar, we are going to be focusing on the Facebook updates and everything you need to know. And then we're going to be jumping into YouTube and, again, focusing on everything that you guys need to know. If you have any questions during the webinar, please type them into the question box. We might not answer them right then and there. Sometimes we do. But what we always have on our webinars is the live Q&A session where you guys can ask us anything and everything. And we try to answer every single question before the end of the webinar. You guys are on here live. That's fantastic. For everybody else, they will receive a recording. You guys live will also receive a recording as well. So if you miss anything, don't worry about it. Feel free to ask your question, but always know that we will be sending out a recording. So we're going to just jump right on in here with Timberley. And Timberley, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hello, guys. Thanks for tuning in tonight. My name's Timberley. Like Marc said, I'm the social media person here. And I just want to go ahead and get started so we can go and have some fun and learn some new things. All right, so this will be our Facebook domination. And basically, I'm just going to let you know I have a few clients that I've worked with in the past. And that is basically I work with Tom Antion and Associates. So some of you may be familiar with him. And I help him with his social media and handle his content and all that good stuff. I have a few clients on the side also. And that is Lime Green. They're a company out of Brooklyn, and I help them do their campaigns for Christmas, and I give them consults on the weekly basis, if you know what to post, how to post, and all that good stuff. And then my other client that I have on the side is Tracy Moore, and she is a author, and she has a really cool book, Oasis for My Soul. That just gives you a little bit of motivation and uplifting to get you through your day. So, all right, so now we can get into the good stuff. All right, so we are here so I can help you learn how to grow your Facebook presence and basically go and roll with the changes on Facebook so you don't feel so overwhelmed when you log in. All right, and so just wanted to let you know progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. So always keep an open mind, and like we said, Facebook is always changing. So you have to be ready for the change and don't, get freaked out because that's the whole point. It's always changing. They want to keep us on our toes. All right, so Facebook is your friend. All right, so webinar goals. We're going to cover the most recent Facebook changes, and I'm going to show you steps for setting up an effective strategy and the most effective post options and tips for increasing your engagement. And also we're going to go a little bit into how to use some ads quickly. We're going to move fast tonight. So like Marc said, everything is going to be recorded. So don't worry. I will try not to leave you behind, okay? All right.
And I also will be playing the, not devil's advocate, but I will be playing the uninformed Facebooker because I don't know hardly anything about Facebook. So I might be throwing some questions Timberley's way as well.
All right, so let's go and get started. All right, so first we will cover the most recent changes. So right now, Facebook updated, they're going to require less memes. So memes are, you see the little pictures on the screen. I'm sure you've seen those floating through your timeline in the past or probably today. They're not going to boost those as much. They're not going to give them as much credit. because basically they're not really engaging. They don't teach anything. They're really funny, but they don't really teach anything. And a lot of lazy marketers took advantage of that, and they just started posting memes every day, and people weren't really learning anything. The next thing is they're going to start embedding links directly in your status, which is a huge no-no. So back in the day, maybe about a year ago, that was okay. But if you look at the post that I have on your screen right now, it looks pretty ugly. You have that long link, and then the bottom part is not engaging. I don't think anybody would want to click on that. So don't post your links like that anymore.
So where do you post your links? Are you going to cover that?
Yep, right in the next slide. Your link share post. This is how it's supposed to be done correctly. So when you take your link, you upload it into your share box, and you let it load. Whatever picture that it pulls up with the link, it'll pull up a big picture on the bottom, and then that's how you'll get the picture. And then you erase the link, and then you start typing your update. So when I posted this link, let's just assume I'm just going to make up from Mashable. It came from Mashable. So I copied the link from Mashable. I pasted it in my status update without any words, a blank status update. I let it load, and then it pulled up the picture, and then I erased the link out, and then I started typing, I love feel-good music. Today is International Day of Happiness. And then that's how I got the beautiful picture, and the link below is clickable, and you don't have that ugly looking link inside the post, and it takes up more space on the timeline, so people will be able to, it's more engaging.
That's good to know.
Story bumping. They're always changing the algorithm, but at the end of the day, no matter what the changes are, just stay consistent on being, stay focused on being consistent and producing great content that your target market is interested in. So you have to be engaging, so more people can see your post. Because Facebook introduced story bumping, which it's a way for Facebook users to see more updates of the pages that they engage with the most. So let's just say you have somebody that always likes your page post, or always comments on your pictures or whatnot. They're going to automatically see your page when they log into Facebook. So Facebook keeps that at the top of their timeline, their news feed when they log in. So let's just assume I always engage with Mashable. So when I go on my phone and start scrolling, or I log into my desktop, I'm going to have Mashable at the top. And it doesn't even have to be the most recent post. They put the most engaging post and the post that I engage with the most. So they say, Timberley likes Mashable, so let's keep this at the top of her news feed, so that when she opens up Facebook, she always will have, Mashable and stuff that she's interested in.
Okay, so let me get this right. Facebook is paying attention to what you or what other people are liking and engaging in?
Yes.
Okay.
Right. And it takes into account for the last 50 engagements. So all of the, if out of the last 50 engagements, say you had 10 likes for one page, across different days, then you're going to definitely see that page in your timeline show up a lot more than other pages. So that's why it's always, as a business owner, you have to stay consistent, and the people that engage with your page, really pay close attention to them and try and, cater to what they like and see what they like, because they're going to be the ones that spread the word about your business. All right, so what happens on Facebook doesn't stay in Vegas. I'm sorry, what happens in Vegas doesn't stay in Vegas. It goes on Facebook. So businesses have direct contact with the consumer and vice versa. All right. So we already know social media can help take your business to the next level. So I want to just let you know, I left out all the top part of the triangle for a reason, because at the end of the day, we're here to build relationships. It's not always about direct selling. It's building a relationship so that people know who you are and you stay top of mind. So let's start with your approach. All right, these are all the people in the world, a bunch of different people. Everybody has different likes, different things that they enjoy, etc. Just like you're different from your friends, basically everybody is different. And you want to figure out who you're talking to. That's the whole goal. You can't just say, I'm going to market to everybody. Maybe your product is a broad product and you can possibly sell it to everybody, but when you're starting out, you need to just focus on who exactly you're talking to and what market you're going to go after.
Oh, is that keyword research?
That would be a little bit of keyword research, and then just knowing who you want to sell to and what they like and what they don't like. So that's how you get other posts in there that aren't just always about business. So if you have customers that are interested in the Entrepreneur magazine, you just kind of add a little bit of stuff about that in there, so you'll know that, oh, they're interested in this already, and it's something that they might like to read or share or know about. All right, so Facebook has 1.19 billion users worldwide, and it's probably growing bigger. It's always changing. And then in Canada, it's 238 million users. So it's definitely a large audience, and for you to spread the word and get the word out. Back in the day, marketers paid a lot of money for market research. I had to basically go door to door. I actually had one of those jobs, canvassing neighborhoods, asking questions. So I remember that. You had to go door to door for companies, you know, getting questions and seeing what the consumers liked and didn't like. But on Facebook, it's pretty much there. They tell you exactly what the demographics are that are on your page and what they like and what types of posts they like. All right, so let's get into a little bit of marketing 101. So I said define your target market. Many entrepreneurs overlook this step. If you don't know who you're talking to, nobody will hear you. So you can just try and speak to as many people as you want, but if you're not speaking to a specific person, when you sit down to write your copy or to write your status updates, nobody's going to hear you. So I always recommend having that specific person in your head. So if you sell to a male 45 to 60 years old, corporate America, suit and tie, then you have that person in your head when you're writing stuff and seeing and thinking about what he would like and what he wouldn't like to hear or see.
But what if I don't know who?
If you don't know your target market, that's where your keyword research comes in. And then also, you can go in the background and see what type of people are actually attracted to your page, because it might be different from what you think. So you can see you're getting a few likes here and there. See who is attracted to your page and cater to those people, because you don't want to scare the people away that you already have on your page. They're interested in something, so keep their interest and just roll with it that way.
Okay, so you follow, okay, you see what people are liking. Okay, cool.
All right. So your target market is basically the people that need your products and your services, and they're the people that you direct all of your marketing efforts towards. To be effective, you must know how to speak their language, know what they like, lifestyle. You want to build a relationship. People buy from people they know, like, and trust. All right, so let's go into the planning and strategizing part real quick. Once you establish your target market, it's time to plan and plan your approach. So I always recommend editorial calendars. And that's what I learned as going on. I didn't do that when I first started, and then I started doing it, and it made the world a different place, because now I can actually service more than one customer and more than one client. So you're just probably just doing this for yourself. So this will be great to save you time, and so you can stop feeling so overwhelmed every time you sit down at the computer. And so staring at the blinking cursor, trying to figure out what to say makes you feel pressured every day. You're like, I don't know what to say. And then you probably end up getting consumed by some cute cat videos or a cute little dog or a meme. So then you ended up not marketing anything at all. And then you say, oh, I don't like Facebook. I can't get any results. Well, if you were honest with yourself, you really didn't do anything yet. You just got kind of distracted by all the shiny objects that are on Facebook. All right, so this helps you save time and be consistent. So whatever schedule works for you, I recommend planning out a week or more in advance. So I just sit down on Saturdays and I write all my blog posts for the upcoming week. And then while it's still fresh in my mind, I write the content that goes with the blog post, my social media update, basically. So if my blog post is going to be about flowers, I'm going to write about my flowers. And then while I'm still have all this information fresh, I'm going to say, okay, this is what I'm going to say about the flowers on Monday. So I can drive traffic to this blog post when I post it on Monday. So that's how you can come up with a bunch of different tweets or Facebook updates in one setting, so you don't have to worry about sitting every day. What do I say? How do I say? What blog post am I going to send out? All those questions, you can just get those answers in the beginning of the week, and you can worry about the engagement part later.
Now, do you do one blog post and then you try to do many Facebook statuses to that one blog post, or do you do one blog post and one status and a new blog post and a new status, or how do you usually do it?
Oh, that's a good question. I do one blog post, and then you write multiple Facebook statuses to go to that same blog post. So you change the copy, because throughout the day, if you post one time on Facebook, we know it moves so fast. So not many of those people are going to even see your post, and organic reach is going down. So I always recommend cycling through your evergreen content. So once you have a blog that's built up, you can cycle through your information throughout the day and the rest of the days, and you just change the copy that you post with it. So you can see what type of copy works, and like maybe you can ask a question for one, or you can give them a tip for one and see who clicks on it and take it that way.
Is there any time, like a better time to post on or put a status in?
Every Facebook page is different, and that's more of an advanced level where you have to get into the insights. But you just without even getting into the insights, you'll start to notice, like, oh, if I post it this time, a lot of people will see my post, and a lot of people actually say stuff. So you can kind of learn that way, and that's actually going to be in the Facebook domination, is how to actually read those insights so you can get the time and everything consistent and down for you. All right, so this is not marketing. You'll either lose hope, become frustrated and overwhelmed if you don't have a plan or a schedule. You're wasting time, and that's not what you want to do, because that's when you get mad at Facebook and you blame Facebook for not doing what you want it to do. All right, so get caught in a social media time suck, and that is basically producing random content that doesn't have much to do with anything, sporadic, and you can tell that it's just not really engaging. You just kind of picking from a hat here and there. So this way you can have a theme for the week. You sit down and you create everything, and it makes it go easier in your brain, because you're like, okay, this is what I'm gonna talk about this week. So it's not so much pressure of trying to come up with 101 different things. All right, so what's the point of all this? The whole point of Facebook and social media in general is to get your prospects on your list so you can form a relationship and sell to them. That's the point. I mean, all the bells and whistles are great. Get likes, yes, that's good. But you can have 1 million likes. People can buy likes now, so that's not even that impressive anymore. And they might not even make money from the back end of their page. And actually, it's terrible if you buy likes, because then that'll have, what, 1,000 people that like your page, and nobody's even engaging, because those 1,000 people aren't targeted people. So if you have 150 targeted people that like your page, and they're actually saying stuff to you, and they're interested in what you have to say, that's way better. So just know that it starts from the bottom and it grows itself up, but don't get discouraged, because you want to keep driving people to your content, your blog, your email list, and the things that you're doing.
So engagement and building relationships is better than likes.
Yes.
Probably. Okay.
Yes, because I mean, the likes at the end of the day is great social proof, but you can't really go off of that, because you can have a bunch of likes, but we're here to make money, and that's what you want to drive people to your email list, because it's a fact, many people don't buy straight from Facebook. You have to get them on your email list, and you have to send them out an email and weekly newsletter. They want to see you and all that good stuff. So, all right, so there's your little email list, and let's go over the 3-step approach. Once you know who you're talking to and the type of content you'll like to produce, I like to break it down into a 3-step approach, which is consume, produce, and engage. This time, it's focusing on a difference between engaging, producing, and consuming. I'm sorry. You can fill up your editorial calendar, and you can prevent overwhelm if you focus on these 3 different steps, and they'll all come together at the end. So this is how it will work. All right, so basically, if you don't have all these steps together, you'll just end up broke and limping up the stairs like the little pig right here. And so we want to make money, so I'm going to help you get there. You're passionate about your business, so let's go and see what we have. All right, so let's discover how we can inspire good content. We don't want anything boring, so that's why I want you to really look into how we consume, produce, and engage. All right, so hey, good looking, what's cooking? So what's cooking in that brain of yours? What are you thinking of that you can produce for your clients and for your people that are interested in your target market? All right, so when you strategize, many of us suffer from shiny object syndrome. We jump around, poking here to there, trying this, trying that, and 2 hours later, you still haven't completed any type of marketing, and it's a waste of time. So my approach is when you sit down, you decide what you're going to do. So first, let's just say I'm sitting down today on Monday, and I'm going to consume. So consume is when you consume information, either entertainment or business. And there are 2 types of consuming. So the consuming for business is when you take something that's going to definitely you can use for business. So maybe you're learning something, you're reading you're going through your competitors' information, maybe reading their blog posts, seeing what's new in the industry. And that's also something that you should do on a regular, at least weekly. See what's new. Don't just get stuck in running your business that you don't even know what's going on the outside, because knowing what's new is going to help you determine whether or not it's a shiny object or something that you should act on now. So just know that, you know, things are always changing in every industry. And so this will help you study your target market also. So when you start reading forums, joining forums, other blog posts, your competitors, you don't have to steal their information, but learn from what they're doing. If they have something that works for them and they have an opt-in, maybe you see an ad for them running, go ahead and see how you can form that and fit it into your brand and your image. So that's one way to do it. All right, so follow industry blogs. That's pretty much. Find like-minded people, and that's how you can also find good information to consume. And you can join Facebook groups, and that's great because that's how you get your name out, and you can start sharing. Like, you can share your opt-in link directly to the Facebook group once you engage a few, because a lot of groups aren't so big. So you'll start to see the same people and start engaging with the same people over and over. And assuming you're in the right group, you all are going to be either interested in the same thing or have the similar target market.
Are there any do's or don'ts with Facebook groups? Like, should I join every single group and put my opt-in on every single group, or should I first become a group member and kind of message, back and forth and actually contribute and then put my opt-in? What's the best?
The best route is definitely to engage first. Don't just join the group and start throwing your links up. So join the group, like a few other people's contents, repost, do all that good stuff. It's basically what you want done for you, do for somebody else. If you want a friend, be a friend. That's pretty much what it ends up being. And I'm going to speed it up a little bit so we can get into all the ads and stuff. All right, so consuming for entertainment. And notice I didn't say this was bad. You can definitely consume for entertainment, because this is how you put that little drop of personality into your post. Because everything can't be business, and that's no fun. You want to have fun with this. So maybe you have magazines that you read on a regular basis, or blogs that have nothing to do with your business, but it's part of your personality. Feel free to share that, because you might find other people are interested in the same thing. I know a certain marketer fell in love, said that he loved True Blood, and that's like one of my favorite shows. So I always remember, him in the back of my head. Oh, that's the one that's like True Blood. Just, stuff like that, how people remember you, little things like that. So you never know. So don't just assume that if you're consuming for entertainment, it's not helpful. Just be aware of it and make it helpful and useful for your business. All right, so producing. This is important because this is how you establish yourself as an expert. You want to start building your platform with your own original content. So basically you consume, that's going to give you a few ideas of stuff that you want to produce. And this is where you sit down on that Sunday or whatever day you have in the week and to write your content and to produce something that your target market will be interested in. Solve pain points, solve issues, solve problems. That's why we're all in business, because we're solving somebody's problem. All right, so I call this my all-star content sessions. That's when you fill up your editorial calendar. You fill it up with your blog, and you fill it up with the Facebook statuses that go along with each blog post, and you decide what day you're going to post it and all that good stuff. All right. Provide value. Focus on providing value and decide what's in it for the consumer. And then also the last step is engage. All right. Social media is all about relationships. I said that probably 400 times already. So let your target market know you have arrived. So yes, it's great to put your blog posts up. And sure, you may get some organic reach, but organic reach is going down. And if you don't engage, nobody's going to know about you. So how do you expect it to work for you if you're never social? That's like going to a party and sitting in the corner. Who wants to just watch everybody else have fun? And that's what you're doing if you're not engaging. You're not making any money for yourself, and nobody even knows you're over there. So if you stay in your box, you just step outside of your box and be open to change. Find people that do what you like and that you can connect with, and you can talk to them, like their statuses. Basically, be a friend if you want a friend. Get your name out there so you can establish yourself as an expert and drive traffic to your original content. People kind of leave that out. They worry about, the status updates. But don't be afraid. Drive people to your blog, and you can do this multiple times a day because everybody doesn't see all of your Facebook status updates. So it's fine. Change the copy a little bit and see which gives you the best results. So that's all about testing and seeing what's going on. All right, so my 3-step approach in a nutshell. Consume, produce, and engage. You consume to get new information, you produce to share that info with your community, and then you engage to get your brand in front of the right people. So that's pretty much how it works in a nutshell. If you keep that in your mind, you'll be able to, stay focused and on track of what you're doing, and don't get distracted by the shiny objects.
Okay, so I got another question. All right, so let me get this straight. I'm going to consume to get new info. Basically, I'm going to follow Facebook groups. I'm going to find other people that have similar interests in my business. I'm going to get this information. I'm also going to kind of study them and see how they're doing things, and maybe it will give me ideas as to what I can create. Mm-hmm. And then produce to share that info with your community. So then I'm going to, on my blog or wherever, I'm going to create something and then share it on Facebook, right? Yep. And then engage. Now engaging, is that commenting on other people's comments and liking other similar stuff that I like. That's all related to my business, to my niche, my product.
Yes,
topic.
and make sure, you engage and share other people's, because sharing, you can share other people's blog posts, other people's content, and they will like that, and you'll get eyes from other people. So it's always good to share stuff directly on Facebook. You just hit the little share button at the bottom and add your little 2 cents to go with it, and then you post it to your page.
So you are saying share other people's stuff, right? Even though it might be a competitor or something along those lines?
Yeah, that's completely fine, because if it is a competitor, like a direct competitor, maybe they said something you don't agree with, or you just have a little different approach, you can say in your post, say, I feel this way about it. What do you think? So people will go read it, and then they'll have comments on your page and telling you, I think I like, your way's a little bit better, or I like this and stuff, and you can see like what people are thinking.
Now, when I'm doing all of this, should it be my personal Facebook account, or should it be the business?
This is on your business side. You're sharing stuff on your business side, and in the course I show you how to like pages for your business, because a lot of people like pages from their personal profile, but your personal profile and your business page have 2 totally different news feeds, because on your business page you can't follow people, you can only follow brands and businesses. So you have to go in there and like it as your business, so that when you look at the news feed and you share, it'll come from your business page and not from your personal profile. So that's something that I do cover in the Facebook domination. All right. So basically, we have the largest user base on Facebook, and that's why it's great for your target market and doing ads. You can reach people on a deeper level, and it's pay to play now. They changed the organic reach. We all know that. No need to complain. Just let's move on. And if you think about it, the ads on Facebook are way cheaper than the TV, the magazine ads and stuff that, some marketers had to do back in the day. And this is targeted, and you can cut it off when you want to, and if it's not working, cut it off and try a new one. So it's great to test and play around with.
Now, I'm going to play a little dumb here, and what exactly can you explain organic reach in a little bit more detail?
Sure. Organic reach is when you post the post and you don't put an ad to it. So it's just you writing your regular post. It's not attached to an ad, and then the amount of people that news feed, that it crosses, that's the organic reach. So right now, Facebook is not putting it on a lot of news feeds because they want to put the pages that have the most engagement. So that's how you get the organic up higher. But it's still kind of hard without the pay to play, because Facebook is a public company now. So they really want to use advertising because they need to make money. They have people to pay also. So at the end of the day, they basically just said, you can get your likes for free, but if you want to keep people on your page and have people actually see what you post, you're going to have to pay to play a little bit. And so that's what they say.
Okay, thanks.
All right, call to actions. Make sure you have strong call to actions in your content. Make it easy and clear for the consumer to take the next step. So let's just assume you have 1 week of Facebook posts, and you look at it and you see one post got really, really high, maybe shares, likes, or comments. You can take that post and use it and boost it as a Facebook ad. And I'll share with you a boost in a few. But yeah, so that's one approach. See what's already doing good. I don't recommend just going out there and doing a fresh post. See a post that's already doing good, and then you can repost the same post and attach it to an ad so that more people will see that post and the engagement on that post.
Now, these call to actions, are you putting call to actions in organic posts, or are these mostly for the pay to play?
Both. Every post you have, you want to tell them what you want them to do. You want them to click on that blog link, tell them you want them to leave a comment. You have a question, tell them what to do, because people like to be directed, and we're busy. So sometimes maybe they'll see something, oh, that's cool, and think about it in their head, but they don't actually take action. You want people to take action, which is how you get with the strong call to actions you use. All right, so if you have a brand new page, promote page is really, really good option, because you can, you see this ad right here? That's what a like page ad will look like. So basically, if somebody likes your page, they'll get a free product, a free giveaway. It can be an opt-in, it can be a video session, anything that you want. But make sure you have some compelling image. And if you're a personal brand, a picture of your face or a human is usually good for, creating interest, because people like to see real people and they like to see what's going on behind the brand.
Now, if you do the pay to play and it's linking to, and you link it to your blog post, does it give you an option of images? Do you get to pick an image to upload, or is it one of the images that's on your blog? How's that?
You can definitely change the image that goes with the with your ads, and you can have one ad have attached to 3 or 4 different images. And Facebook just changed the Facebook ad structure, And so that's a more advanced level, but they let you play around with it in the back end because they basically want you to use it because they make money from us at the end of the day. All right, and this was an ad that I ran for just to get a few likes for my page, and it doesn't even have to it didn't even have to cost a lot of money. I think it was $10 for this one, and I got a few extra likes, so nothing expensive. I cut it off at the end of the day, and I try it again the next week and see what I come up with. So it doesn't have to be, you know, thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars. You set a budget and you work it within your budget. You don't have to feel overextended because you can turn them on and turn them off.
So do you pay for how many times it is seen, or do you pay every time it's clicked or liked? How does, or are there different options?
There are definitely different options in the advanced Facebooking section. Usually for beginners, you just see how many likes. So you just go for, I'm gonna go for likes. And then when you start getting into more advanced techniques, you can say, oh, I want to pay this for likes, and you see the reach and stuff like that. So it's definitely different approaches to it.
So they charge you per like. Every time you get a like, it's like X amount of cents or whatever. Yeah. And then you said I only want to spend up to $10. So after X amount of likes or after your $10 budget was spent, it stops. Right?
It stops. Yep. And then you can even pause it yourself if it's not, you know, getting as many likes as you want. Because if it's doing bad, then they'll raise the price up of each like, and then it'll be like, you know, 75 cents for a like, which is not really a good. And well, in my industry, every industry is different, but in the social media industry, 75 cents is not really good. We try to keep it, you know, closer to the 40 to 50, 60-ish range. So it just depends.
Okay, so if you're not getting that many likes, they actually charge you more? Okay.
Yeah, they'll raise it up because they say it's not engaging, and then they'll try and, you know, change your picture, and they'll try and, you know, tell you to make it.
Yeah, they try to help you out. Yeah. Okay, and do they do this based around keywords?
Not really. Well, the keywords when you set it up, so you can target people based off of keywords, and you can target people off other pages that they like. So you can say, like me for social media, I can target Mashable because they have millions of followers. So I want to say, I want this ad to go to all the people that like Mashable, and you can send it out that way, and it'll go on that timeline. So you can definitely really get some really cool targeting options in back of Facebook.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
All right, so your cover image are a really good area to play with. You see on the bottom right of this cover image, this is Mary Smith, another Facebook expertise. She is really cool because she has the click here button on the bottom. You can try this later. You don't have to try now. If you go to your Facebook cover and you actually click on it, it's not a live link, but if you click on it, it jumps to the back end of your of the image, and you'll see the little edit option right here. So on the right hand side, you'll see how people have like, comment, and share. You can have an additional information over there, like a URL and all that good stuff to drive more traffic to your information. Mari, I should have put her slide in here, but that was my mistake. It's basically, it had like a URL of the click here button, so you can buy her book and join her program. And it's just an area where you can add a URL and you can see it on mobile.
Is it like right here next to share?
Yeah, it'll be up in that area. It's like a description, basically.
And you pay for that too?
No, that's just part of the Facebook cover that you can use. That's like a kind of cool little trick that people use.
Oh, that is a cool trick. Okay.
All right. And so basically, consumers log into Facebook through their cell phone. So always remember, make sure your images are clear and to the point. And that's for ads and your regular posts and updates. And the images inside, if you do a post and you want an image to go with it, the perfect size is 560 by 292 pixels. All right. And the new page layout is rolling out now. And I don't know if you have it yet, so everybody doesn't have it. So just keep your eyes for it. The tab areas will change around. And this also is something to do with boosting page posts, because it will allow you to boost your page so you can stay at the top of the news feeds of your consumers a little bit, you know, longer than normal, because as I said, the organic reach, you get dropped to the bottom if you don't have engagement. So this is where you boost the posts that already did pretty good in organic reach, and then you'll see it at the top of the news feeds longer.
Yeah, look at that, pretty interesting. $15 and it'll reach anywhere between 3,900 to 7,200 people. That's pretty good. $15.
Yeah. All right. So basically, with those huge numbers, do you think your target market is somewhere out there on Facebook? I'm pretty sure you can find somebody to target, or somebody else's page that has consumers that will be interested in your information. So just plain and simple, consumers run to social media for entertainment and to get information. So you be the person that provides them the information that you're interested in, and add a little entertainment on that side, a little personality. Marketing is sales 101. Basically, if 20 years from now your consumer decides to go to the moon and shoot laser beams back at the earth, if you're a marketer, you're going to have to figure out how to get there. So that's why people are still on Facebook. Facebook is not going anywhere because they still offer a lot of options for us as marketers. So it's just you have to roll with the punches and use the ads and stay up to date on the changes. And that's why I'm here, to help you stay up to date. So that is the end of my little presentation, and I'm going to turn it over to Marc.
All right.
And that's me, Timberley Jones, and you can follow me and find me on all of the networks at Timberley J, and that's Timberley with a T. Thank you, guys.
Wow, that was great. I have some more questions for you, Timberley, but I just wanted to say that's really fantastic. Follow Timberley because she will definitely be providing a whole lot more up-to-date information about using Facebook, and she's a great resource to stay in touch with. Now, I do see we do have a couple questions maybe we should tackle really quickly here before we get into YouTube. And one was, what is an editorial calendar? Can you expand on that?
Yeah, it's something you can set up in maybe a Google spreadsheet or Excel spreadsheet, and you just basically have the dates on one side, and then across the top you'll have blog posts, Facebook update, and would you like if you're going to add a picture to it. And you just plan out each blog post strategically across so that when you look at it, you know what's going to go out each day, and you create all of that content at once, or, you know, maybe within 2 days if you don't have time. But it's basically a spreadsheet that you can use to plan and visually see your content.
Is Hootsuite a form of an editorial calendar?
Hootsuite is a manager for it. So you can schedule, you have your editorial calendar, and then you add it into Hootsuite so it automatically posts. And thank you for that question, because that reminds me, please don't use Hootsuite to automatically up to Facebook, especially if it's posts that are like driving content to your blog and stuff, because Facebook wants you to use their tools, and they have an option for you to schedule posts directly into Facebook. And that option is if you once you write the post, it's the bottom left. It's a little teeny timer. You click on it, and it gives you the option to schedule out your post. So I recommend going directly through Facebook. Don't use the third party to schedule through Facebook, because that also kind of messes a little bit with the reach that Facebook allows, because they say, we offer this for you to use. Why aren't you using our products and our tools? So Hootsuite is the one that schedules everything out. And it's good with Twitter to schedule your posts out in advance. But like I said, for Facebook, try and just go directly through Facebook.
All right, good. Let's see here. All right, that's a YouTube question. Oh, Brooks had a little point. She said, that's interesting. Your one graphic said that there was about 200 or so million Facebook users in Canada. But I remember that graphic. It said Canada and USA, not just Canada. So I think that's where they were getting the extra couple million.
Oh, because it was together. Because one, I see what you're saying. One was daily, and so Canada and US were daily together. So, yeah. Sorry about that. We try to give you more people. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, that's great, Timberley. So what I got out of this was, number one, you got to build relationships. You have to make engaging posts that have more likes, commenting, people that actually, pay attention to it. Will help build relationships, and that is the key, number one thing to selling anything online. That is fantastic. And also, I really like, and I even recommend this in YouTube as well, to follow your similar topics, follow your competition, see what they're doing, see if there's a way that you can put your own spin on it. Here's another question really quickly. Is there a way to determine which social medias are the best to use rather than use all of them?
Yeah, I don't recommend jumping into all of them at once. Most brands, you can start off really, really good on Facebook, but also can think about what type of content you want to create. I'm always an advocate for you're an entrepreneur. You did this because you want to do something you like. So don't set your whole company up with stuff that you don't like. So let's just say you like pictures and you like that better. So how about try out a Pinterest, or, so just go with what you like doing better, and then that'll drive you in the area of what site to go on, and also where your target market is. And that's just put in keywords inside of the search engines, and every social platform has a different way to do that. And you can definitely shoot me an email, and I can help you out with that. And that's my first name. You can see it on the screen. It's TIMBERLEY @TimberleyJones.com.
I'll put that in the question box, and I also will put that in the chat box.
Thank you, Marc.
Say it again, Jones. At Gmail.
Yeah, do that one. That works.
That one's all right?
Yep, that's
all right,
cool.
I'm going to put that in there, and I will also put it in the question box.
Yeah, so it's definitely, you want to think about what type of content you like producing, and then also where your target market is. So
yeah.
Facebook is usually a good start, and then you just kind of, once you learn Facebook and get a good following, it's easy to go on to the next one and understand it better instead of trying to do this one week, do that the other week. And that's the shiny object syndrome that a lot of entrepreneurs suffer from, trying to do too much at once.
Yes.
Just master one thing, and then the next following steps will be a lot easier and a lot less stressful.
Yeah, Timberley's got a great point. She's absolutely right. All of these things that we are talking about, I'm the YouTube guy, Timberley's the Facebook person, Ashley's social media. All of these are just tools that you need to decide which tools you want to use to market your business and products. And usually, like she said, if you do too much, you're going to spread yourself too thin and not really ever become master of any of these. You don't need to become a master, but you need to at least get it down so it's working for you. So you need to determine, like what she said, if you are more of an image person, maybe Pinterest or possibly Facebook. If you're more a video person, you know what my choice is going to be. And so determine, which tool you want to focus on, and then once that is up and running and kind of running smooth and you got it down, like Timberley said, she only does this once a week, and then she's ready for the whole week. Well, that's pretty good. She's got it down. And then you move on to the next tool, okay? So pick a tool and stick with it. And, of course, Timberley is recommending Facebook, which is a fantastic tool. It's one of the most powerful. It's got a ton of viewers. It's got a ton of people using it. And Malcolm said, thanks for a fascinating and actionable presentation. You are now a must follow. So people are going to start following you now.
Thanks, guys.
Now, we are going to be doing a live Q&A at the end of this. So if you have any more Facebook questions that hit you on the top of the head, feel free to throw those in the question box. We will get to more questions. But for right now, let's start talking about YouTube here. YouTube is almost, well, not almost exactly, but there are a lot of things that Timberley was saying in Facebook can follow through over to YouTube, especially the build relationships and engage people, and that all comes back to content. When it comes to YouTube, it's content. I'm not really going to go too much into the content here in this webinar, but I do have access that you can get some more information about how to make content, how to come up with ideas for content, and unlimited ideas for content, and how to make that content perfect so people will actually appreciate it instead of clicking through and disappearing. But let's talk about some changes here on YouTube because there are a lot of them. And the number one change, well, not the number one, but the first one I want to talk about is the interface. The interface has actually changed on YouTube. And actually, I'm going to go to YouTube right now and show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay, so YouTube has changed a bit. There's a guide on the left-hand side now that it can be hidden or it can be shown. And there is also, of course, your banner. But there are new tabs down here underneath your banner: Home, Videos, Playlists, Channels, Discussion, and About. And they are all fairly important. Some are more important than others. So you want to be aware of these tabs. Also, YouTube is really trying to play the mobile game and try to appease mobile users as well. So it made its interface similar to mobile, such as phones and tablets. And so if you watch these tabs at the top of underneath this banner, if I scroll up, you're going to see that the tabs actually appear at the top. So they're always available to you. Makes it very easy for users to get to any of these tabs. So you want to be aware of that. But that really doesn't help you too much with marketing. It just really helps you get around the site as a whole. But let's focus on some more marketing tips right now. Comments. Comments are a big, big deal. Timberley was talking about engagement and commenting on Facebook, or excuse me, YouTube is similar to Facebook. If you can engage people to create comments and then you can reply to those comments and get conversations going, that is fantastic. YouTube will pay attention to that. It will think your videos are popular, and it will boost them in the YouTube search results, which, as most of us know, Google owns YouTube, so Google is paying attention to what is doing well in YouTube's search results. So if you do well in YouTube, it's a good chance that you will do well in Google. So commenting and comments is what you really want to try to get people to do. You can, in your actual video, you can literally say, hey, leave me a comment, leave me a question. You can start to get, you can start to form relationships. But on top of that, you also want to pay attention to your comments and reply to them. If people will start to ask questions in your comments, and that's a great place to reply to them. Also, that is a great place to get ideas for other videos that you can create. If somebody's asking, hey, how do I do this? That is a fantastic video to create and say, well, here it is, here's a link to it. So that gives you more content, so you can use the comments to not only engage people and start relationships and conversations, but you can use it to come up with other ideas. Now, the comments have moved in Facebook. In order to access all of your comments, you need to go to your video manager, and if you use YouTube at all, you will know where your video manager is. If you don't, click your username in the upper right-hand corner and go to Video Manager. It's a blue link, and your Video Manager has more on the left-hand side, and you will actually see Community. This is where comments take place, and your Community tab or link has comments, community settings, and an inbox. And what YouTube has done is it will let you know what comments have been published and what comments are being held for your review. You can actually check your comments and see if you want to approve them or deny them. You can approve them by just putting a little check mark, or you can remove them by that, and you can even click a flag to say this is spam. And now YouTube also has a section that actually says, hey, this is probably spam, check it out. And so you should pay attention to that and see if some things are spam. Some are, but there's been times where things aren't always spam. So this covers all of your comments for all of your videos. You do not need to go to individual videos to read your comments. It is all in this comment area, and that is under the community link. Okay, now another thing that's really new within the last year, not even the last year, but within the last year, is what is called a fan finder video. And that is a video that you create. It can be a video that is already up on your YouTube channel. It can be a video that you specifically make to be used as a fan finder video. But it will actually tell you right here, find more fans by letting YouTube promote your channel. So what this is, it's free. It is similar to an ad, but it is free promotion to your YouTube channel. And you submit a video. You can create one again, or you can use one that you already have. You submit it to FanFinder, and then YouTube, what it does is it pays attention to what your topic and your content is about, and it will actually show your FanFinder video in the beginning of other people's videos. Similar to an ad, but it's completely free to you. So definitely consider making a FanFinder video. You want to make it short and sweet. You want to just describe what your YouTube channel is about, what kind of videos you create. And you can, again, you can even ask them to engage, or maybe add comments by, if it's a FanFinder video, you can just say, hey, if you have any questions or you want some help, let me know. Come to my channel, subscribe. The whole goal of the FanFinder video is to get people to find your channel and then hopefully subscribe to your channel. Subscribers are almost the same exact thing as Facebook friends. It's people that are following you, people that will be updated every single time you upload a new video. Very important, because YouTube is also paying attention to subscribers. It wants to see how many subscribers you get, and when you have subscribers, usually when you upload a new video, the subscribers are notified and they hopefully will rush to your video. That means that the more subscribers you have, the more views and the more people are watching your video on the day that you uploaded it, which YouTube considers to be popular. So the bigger the rush, the more popular YouTube thinks your video is, and the more YouTube will help it in the search results. FanFinder video, definitely consider it. Like I said, it's absolutely free. Now we have playlists. Playlists have changed a little bit in YouTube. There's actually some features that disappeared, but playlists can be accessed in the Video Manager as well. And you want to create playlists. Here it is. I don't know if you can see that right here. On the left-hand side, and you can create playlists of your content, you can create playlists of other people's content, and you can create playlists with a mix of your content. Playlists are a big deal to YouTube too, because they have their own title and they have their own description, which means that you can optimize the title with keywords, you can optimize the playlist description with keywords. Also, playlists are fantastic for videos that you want to lump together. Let's say you have a long video that you have a part 1, a part 2, part 3. Well, that's fine. They could be floating around on YouTube as individual videos, but on top of that, you can create a playlist that is also now has all of those videos lumped together. So just because you put videos in a playlist doesn't mean that they are not individuals. They are still individuals, but now they are also in a playlist, and the playlists are recommended when people search on YouTube. And actually, viewers are looking for playlists. I know myself, I am looking for playlists when I want to listen to music on YouTube, when I want to find the greatest marketing techniques, whatever. I will look for playlists because sometimes I want more than one video. I want to sit on my couch or whatever and watch a playlist of videos back to back to back. So definitely consider creating playlists. It's very easy to do, and it helps optimize your videos on YouTube. Okay, now we also have upload defaults. Now this is a time saver. It doesn't really help you with optimization that much. It can, and I'll show you how, but upload default is a huge time saver. Let me show you exactly what it is. When you are in your video manager, you can, let me see here, I gotta go to my channel settings. You can go to channel settings, and on the left hand side you will see what's called defaults. Defaults lets you set things up ahead of time, so in the future any video that you upload from here on out will already have some of this information in place for you. And what information can you put in place? Well, most of the time we are creating videos that we want to be public and we want to use them to drive traffic, so you can set a default privacy level to be public. You can always change it for individual videos, but I, for the most part, want them to be public. I also have a specific category that I always choose, and so I can set my default as that category, so when I upload a new video, I don't have to go and change the category every single time. If you have a series or if you have something in the title that you always put, that's fantastic. You can put that in the defaults. Now the description, this is a big time saver. What I have done in the description was I have provided some information such as links to my website, paragraphs that have keywords in them, the paragraphs that are talking about my business as a whole, and this information is information that I always want in every description box of my videos. So what I did was I put it in the defaults, and from here on out it will instantly be in the default section when I upload a new video. Now for each individual video I can add more to it, but I will already have all of this information, so it saves me a lot of time. So the description box is great to set up as your default. Also tags. We always recommend putting keywords, keyword phrases in your tags, and there will be times when you find that you have tags that you use every single time in all of your videos. Well, put those in the default section and they will already be there when you upload your video, and so on and so forth. You can choose to have comments be defaulted. You can choose to have all of your videos monetized. It's all in the default section. So this is a time saver, and it really helps you get information easily and fast out onto your YouTube videos, especially the new ones that you are uploading. Now, that was just a couple updates. I do have some more, and I want to first off talk about the most important update. There is one update here that is above everything else, the most important update that you need to be aware of. It's changed everything in the game of YouTube, and Timberley touched a little bit on Facebook, at least on the Facebook side of things, but YouTube is doing something very similar to what Facebook is doing with Facebook likes, and that has to do with this, the most important update. So sit tight, because I really want you guys to pay attention to this biggest update I can possibly bring to your attention. But first, I have to talk about something that Timberley and I are both offering you guys, and that is the YouTube Facebook Domination. It's a product of ours. It's training, but it's more than just training. It's training and support, and I will go into more detail about that in a second. It's basically two products in one. It is YouTube training from me, and it is Facebook training from Timberley. It's videos, it's training, it's text, it's also support with us. We don't just provide you training and leave. It is a whole lot more, and I'll go into a little bit more detail. You can find that at topinternetconsulting.com/ YFD. That stands for YouTube Facebook Domination. But don't go there just yet, because I want to talk about exactly what you get with YouTube Facebook Domination. And of course, I want to talk about the most important update. First off, in the YouTube training section of YouTube Facebook Domination, you are going to get easy to digest videos from yours truly, all on the interface. There's a lot more that you need to know about the interface and optimizing during uploading, how to get views, what to do with views, your YouTube channels. It's very important to focus and optimize your YouTube channel, how to use analytics, and of course marketing strategies. Marketing strategies is probably the biggest section in the YouTube Facebook Domination package. And so just following the marketing strategies, there's at least 20 or so different marketing strategies that you can use over and over again. And it's basically the cream of the crop of all the marketing strategies out there on YouTube. And of course, there's much more. There's embed tricks, there's annotations, there's a lot of different things, how to optimize for the search engines. There's also the secret tag trick if you don't know that one. And again, it's all at topinternetconsulting.com/YFD. But what else do you get? You get the Facebook training and support. Timberley has broken down the training into modules. She has module 1, which she will help you understand Facebook and your personal profile, which you want to establish for your business. Also, module 2, setting up a strategy, a marketing strategy, so you're not stuck on Facebook 8 hours out of the day. She helps you set it up quickly, easily, and makes it very simple to follow. Module 3, she's going to focus on engagement and sales funnel techniques. What do you do? How do you get people to like your stuff? And what do you do when they like your stuff? What do you do when they click on your links? And of course, she touched on it a little bit today. Module 4 about pay to play. And she was talking about there's advanced techniques. There's a lot more you need to know on how to use pay to play to your advantage. Now this is talking about spending money on Facebook. You don't want to do this wrong. Trust me, I've done it. Colin has done it. We've both done it wrong way. We need to pay attention to the pay to play section. Timberley, do you want to expand on any of these modules, or did I kind of cover stuff?
You basically covered it, and I just wanted to let you guys know that Facebook is currently updating the layout and a whole bunch of other stuff in the background. So you will also, I will also keep you guys up to date on that and what's new and what's changed and all that good stuff, so you don't have to worry about going crazy trying to keep up with the craziness that Facebook likes to give us.
That's right. Now that is the extra part. There is the training that we provide, but there's the support as well. And what Timberley's going to do, what we're going to do is we're not going to leave you hanging. Everything is changing on both of these platforms. YouTube's changing all the time. Facebook is changing all the time. So having a product like this can get stale very quickly. Well, we did not want to do that. We want you guys to succeed, so you need to be in touch with all of the new updates that happen throughout the year. And so that's where the support comes in. Weekly, Timberley is going to add extra modules as they come up. There's also monthly, we are going to critique your content. We can help you and give you advice and critiques on everything under the sun, from Facebook to YouTube, to your YouTube channels, to individual videos. We want to be in contact with you guys, and that's part of the support package of YouTube Facebook Domination. Now, we also are going to give you some bonuses. Bonus 1 was the support, but we also are going to give you, I'm going to give you Easy Web Video. It is an ebook, 150 pages, all about video production. It's how to do video production and make things look great, but on a shoestring budget. It's how to do things cheaply but effectively. Now, I didn't really touch on it too much in this webinar, but content, again, is king, but you do need to have a fairly good-looking video, and it has to sound good. But it's also more about what you say, and what you say also has to do with, let me see here, I'm going to actually go right to the sales page here, and I'll show you everything that you get, because there's a lot more here that So I'm actually going to go to Top Internet Consulting, YFD, and let's take a look here at everything that you get. Who needs training like this? Well, everybody needs training like this if they're going to market something online. Feel free to take a look at this as well. It covers everything that we're going to give you. There's more detail about the modules that Timberley covers. There's more detail about every video that I create for you guys. But let's take a look at these other bonuses. We have monthly personal critiques. Again, we understand that things change. We want you to stay up to date on all the new changes taking place with both YouTube and Facebook. Why these two? Well, other than the fact that we both love these two websites, they also are the top, probably the top two most powerful marketing tools online. So you need to be aware of these changes that are taking place. So once a month, we're going to provide you with the newest information and provide you with a personal critique of your YouTube video, YouTube channel, Facebook page, and we're going to do that for up to 6 months for free with this package. Number two, remember I was saying, how do you engage? What do you say in your videos? That is extremely important. Are you ready to start marketing on YouTube, but you don't know what to say? Well, that's no problem, because bonus number two that we provide is script templates. We have 3 different types of videos that will be discussed in the script template, and all you need to do is fill in your own information and you're good to go. And what you can do with these script templates is use them over and over again for new content. Now, bonus number 3 I talked about earlier, Easy Web Video, is video production. It's an ebook, and you will learn how to do it cheaply but effectively. You don't even need a camera. You can use your phone as long as you have a good microphone. And what do I mean by good? Doesn't mean expensive. Find out what I'm talking about in Easy Web Video. It's a great book. Now, you also get Tom Antion's Click book. It's the ultimate guide to electronic speaking for marketers, or marketing for speakers, excuse me. But what's nice about this is what he teaches in this book can be applied to all businesses as long as they are online. This is over 1,000 pages. It has made Tom a ton of money just from this book alone, and it is like the book that you want to have in your arsenal when it comes to internet marketing. So that is another bonus that is provided free with the product. Now, again, we want to be in touch with you. There's unlimited email support that doesn't have anything to do with the updated modules or the monthly critiques. This is completely separate, and we don't leave you alone if you are stuck or if you have a question. Unlimited support with me, with Timberley. You just send us an email, and we will get back to you as soon as we possibly can. Also, script outlines. Now, I told you what to say as in content, but there are other things that you need to say that are copywriting tips. Well, Colin Martin, the master copywriter, provided this for us. He provides script outlines with copywriting tips, such as calls to action, how to sell benefits, how to get people pleased with your videos, with your content within the first 10 seconds. This is all slides that Colin has provided with information to back it up. He tells you what to say in the video, but he also tells you how to say it so you get a response from your viewers. Definitely check that out, and that's also a free bonus. Also on our page here, Top Internet Consulting /YFD, you can actually see an example of one of the training videos. This is a training video that shows you how to spy on your competition, but ethically. Now, Timberley covered it also on Facebook. You want to pay attention and you want to watch your competition. You want to find people that have similar interests and likes and learn from that. Well, in this, you can use on YouTube, you can learn how to spy on your competition and find out information about their videos that isn't publicly available. And this is not black hat. It is all ethical, but you do need to know the steps that it takes to get in there. You're going to get over 4 hours of recording, Facebook training modules, YouTube manual book, Tom's book, the video book, unlimited email support, and script templates. But remember, hold on, I'm going to still talk about the #1 update that you need to be aware of. But that's not all. There's also 3 extra updates that you can get on this page. And again, this is free to see the 3 extra updates. There are more things that you need to know about. And there are other ways to optimize your site. There's other ways to engage your audience. There's a way to engage your audience brand new and live on YouTube. That is all covered in these 3 extra YouTube updates. And you can just watch those right here on this page. You do not need to buy the product to even see these updates. But it is 3 additional updates to the one that I am going to cover right now, the most important one. And that is watch time. Let me talk about watch time. Timberley was touching on it earlier when she said Facebook is not really paying attention to likes as much as it is looking at engagement. Well, YouTube is in the exact same boat. In the YouTube world, views are very similar to likes. YouTube was all about views. You could buy views. You want to try to get as many views as you can. And now that is still important, but is not number one. It used to be number one thing that you wanted to get. Not anymore. Actually, if you get a lot of views but you don't have engagement, it's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt you a lot. Actually, YouTube will pay more attention to you, but people won't. YouTube will, because it's thinking that you're trying to game the system, and you don't want to get on YouTube's bad side when it comes to that. So watch time is the amount of time that people are watching your videos, and you can actually use your analytics to see how engaged and how long people are staying on your video. Very eye-opening. I cover how to do that in the training, but you want to be aware that YouTube, the most important factor to YouTube nowadays is how long people are staying on your videos, and that all comes down to engagement, to building relationships, and to providing good content. Now, there are 3 more updates that you should be aware of. Again, they have to do with optimization. They have to do with streaming live to your viewers, and how to engage even more. So definitely check that out. That is still on topinternetconsulting.com/YFD. That stands for YouTube Facebook Domination. And you can get all of that, everything. You get both modules. You get the YouTube Domination side. You get the Facebook side. You get everything from us. All of the bonuses, all of the contact, the 6 months of updates and critiques, and the weekly module updates when they happen for Facebook and YouTube. All of that for one-time price of $97. Also, if you're not entirely sure, you can spend $50 now and then spend $50 another month, and you can do our 2 payment plan system if you want to try it out like that. And that's it. It's only 2 monthly payments, and that is it. You have everything else from here on out. We also offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not entirely satisfied with everything, just let us know, return it, and we will return your money. But we are pretty sure that you will be very pleased with everything that we provided for you and the support that we are going to provide for you. Now, we do have some people on the line here that are part of Tom Antion's mentorship program. We both work for Tom Antion as well as having our own separate ventures. And everybody always asks, not everybody, but people always ask, is this part of Tom's program? Well, no, it's not. Unfortunately, this is extra training. This is another training tool, a training set that you can use to add to your marketing efforts. It helps get it into a lot of detail. It is something that you can use over and over again. You can replay the videos, or this is something that you can send or share to your web person. If you have a web guy, web girl, virtual assistant, you can say, hey, watch this. I want you to know how to do this for my website, for my Facebook page, or for my YouTube channel. So this is extra training that goes beyond the mentorship program. I just want you guys to know that that is the case. So if you guys are interested, please check out topinternetconsulting.com/YFD. That's YouTube Facebook Domination. And check it out. Read up on everything that you get on that page. Feel free to purchase it if you want, and you will receive an email with the password to get into all of the training immediately. There's no wait when it comes to that. Even if you do the 2 payment plan system, you still get it immediately. So check that out. And while you are checking topinternetconsulting.com/YFD out, we will now handle our live Q&A. So please put your questions in, Facebook questions, YouTube questions, online business questions, self-publishing questions, anything that you can think of that might be related to internet marketing and businesses online. And we are going to cover and answer all of these questions until there aren't any more questions to be answered. So let's take it away and let's see what we have going on here. Thanks for sharing. Okay, if we are members of video design sites where our membership at Animoto pays for music in our videos, why am I always harassed regarding copyright disputes? It's getting annoying disputing them. Okay, good question. I'm not 100% sure on Animoto. There is something very interesting on YouTube, though, that you might want to be aware of, and let me show you that. In YouTube, under the Video Manager still, on the left-hand side, there are creation tools. And under creation tools, there is an audio library. This audio library has audio tracks from many different artists, many different genres and moods, and you can listen to these audio tracks. And if you like one that you would want to use in your videos or slideshows, you can download it for free, and it's royalty free. It says right here, for free. Now this is a file that you would download to your computer, then you would use it however you want, edit it, put it in your slideshow, put it in a video, and then you upload the whole entire video back up to YouTube. But it is royalty free background audio for your videos and slideshows. You can create slideshows in YouTube. Let me show you that really, really quickly. If you go to the upload button at the top of the page, there are other options on the right-hand side: webcam capture, photo, slideshow, Hangouts on Air, and video editor. Well, you can create a slideshow right here in the upload. You would upload photo albums, upload photos of yourself, and then you can create a slideshow, and you can use the audio that they provide. So it might be something that you might want to take a look at as opposed to Animoto. Now, Animoto pays for music in the videos. I am not really 100% sure why you're getting harassed regarding copyright disputes. I'm going to have to look into that. I don't use Animoto that often, so that's why I don't know. So I apologize, but I will find out, and I will email you, Cheryl. Here's another one. Marc or Timberley, do you know what cosmetic brand offers the best coverage for videos? I'm looking for a flawless look and can achieve some of it with lighting, but curious if there are foundation brands that work really well. Odd question, I know. Just thought I'd try YouTube to see if I have experience or knowledge here. Well, we do know Starley. Yeah, we know Starley Murray. She helps out with our video days. She helps out with Tom's Productions. Her name is Starley Murray, and she actually has her own line of makeup, concealer, anti-shine products, lip balm that is made for TV and video. And do you know her site? I'm not 100%. StarleyMurrayLive.com. Okay, I'm going to put that in the question box right here. Let me, sorry, StarleyMurray.com. Okay, not Starley Murray Live. StarleyMurray.com. She let her know that we recommended her or recommended you to her. She has a great line of products. She also does celebrity branding if you are looking on how to become a celebrity on TV. She also has a lot of ins with different TV industry professionals and news people all over the country. So if you're looking to get branded, especially on television, not even just YouTube, but on television, you need to contact Starley Murray. So definitely check out StarleyMurray.com if you have any questions about that. And if you just want to get the concealer and stuff, that's what I would recommend, and that's what Timberley's whispering over here too. Yes, she recommends that. All right, now Mary Lee is asking, do you create playlists with your videos or any videos? Good question. I do a mix. A lot of my videos are only my videos in the playlist. And let me show you, when people come to your YouTube channel, this is your own area. This is just like a Facebook business page of your own. People see your stuff. Well, if you scroll down, you can actually see different playlists. This is a playlist right here. This is a playlist here. And you notice that I named the names of the playlists with keywords: YouTube marketing, video SEO. Those are the keywords that I'm shooting for, so I have that in my playlist. But I filled that up with my content. That is one way to do it, and that is one way that I do it. However, that is not the only way. There is also a playlist that I make that is majority my content, but I sprinkle in one or two, depends on how many videos of my own, but I sprinkle in a couple videos that are not my own, but are related to this playlist and have a good amount of views. Now, why is that? Well, if people are watching this video that has a large amount of views, on the right-hand side of the suggested videos, it will say, hey, this is also part of a playlist. This is a good way to help kind of promote your playlist as one of these suggested videos on the right-hand side. Also, when people are watching a video with a lot of views, they see that it's in a playlist with your own videos. It can help boost your videos because people will start watching the playlist with the other video that has a lot of views and hopefully run through your videos as well. Still, I want to make sure that the majority of my videos are in any playlist that I create, because this will help me look like an expert and an authority figure as well. Okay, thank you for a great opportunity, Mark and Timberley. Great, no problem, Malcolm. Feel free to check, bookmark this topinternetconsulting.com/YFD page. It will be available for you when you're ready. Just remember, the sooner you get started on this stuff, the sooner it starts working for you. Okay, very cool. Thank you, Cheryl. Any tips or tricks for green screen YouTube videos? Well, the only tip that I usually give is we don't recommend it. It has to have perfect lighting. You have to light the green screen perfectly. You have to light the subject perfectly. If you have that down, then you just have to make sure that you have some sort of software that can handle green screen. That's usually some sort of editing program. If I was going to do green, I've done green screen, and when I do it, I actually use a more robust program, and that is called Adobe After Effects. So I would use Adobe After Effects for my green screen video production. So the only tip that I recommend is that content is king, and you don't need a green screen to provide good content, but bad green screen can deter people from your content. So, take that, with a grain of salt, but be very careful and cautious when it comes to green screen. You have to do it very well. And I could probably do a whole product just on green screen, but what I'm finding is a lot of people that dabble in it, that try it, they get some pretty bad results. So, again, that's my warning to you. Okay, Jim wants to know, can this program help with marketing my local brick and mortar healthcare business? And there was a question that we got in email also, can the Facebook ads be targeting to just local as well? So I guess that would be more of a Timberley thing, and then I'll touch on that too.
Yes, you can target just local. You can do the city, or you can target a local page that has the same target audience as yourself. And then there's also some things that you can set up in your Facebook to let people know that you are a local business and all that good stuff. So definitely can help out with that, and yeah, it can help.
Yep, and also on YouTube it can help out, because anytime you upload a video on YouTube, there is an area that you can say what location this video is in reference to, or even filmed in, and you can select on a map, or you can even type in the location, and that absolutely will help you out with a local brick and mortar healthcare business, because like I say it all the time, Google loves YouTube, and Google is also recommending YouTube videos in its results. So when you have local information, not only in the location, but I would suggest putting local in the description. You can put local information in the title, and you should put local information in the tags, and then YouTube will rank it accordingly, but Google will be paying attention to that local information too. So yes, the whole program, the program doesn't focus on local, but what the program does is it teaches you all the techniques that you can just simply apply to local. So it shows you how to optimize, and you will just want to make sure that some of your keywords is the name of the location. So absolutely. Okay, now Malcolm also said you are both hitting some really useful areas. Much appreciated. Thank you, Malcolm. That's what we're here for. We want to help you guys out. We want to make things as clear as possible. We want to make sure that there's no clutter. Take advantage of the Q&A session right now. We can answer questions that are related to other things as well, but of course our expertises are in Facebook and YouTube. So take advantage of this, because even if you don't get the program, you can still get some good information just from the Q&A. Now let's see here. Do we have any other questions? Throw out any other questions if you think of them. And let's see. Oh, Janice. Probably Janice. I'm sorry, Janice. If this is Janice, or if it's Janice, I think it's Janice. I apologize for butchering your name. I was reading it really quickly. But she says, I want to start a Horse Whisperer weekly YouTube video. Live working with a young horse, a live event every week. How should I set up a YouTube channel for this? Good question. This has to do with Google+, oddly enough. Very similar to Facebook, Google is trying to have its own social media site, and that is Google+. If you know anything about Google+ and YouTube, they are now working hand in hand with each other, and so now Google+ is associated to a YouTube channel. Well, Google+ is pretty interesting, and I go into a lot more information on how to do this in this product, in the training, but Google Plus has two different things. It has a profile and it has pages, very similar to Facebook. What you want to do is you want to create a Google Plus page, Google Plus business page, because that can then be optimized with keywords related to, in this case, horse whisperer, young horse videos. And when you create a page, there is automatically a YouTube channel associated with that Google Plus page. So that means that when you start uploading videos to YouTube, this specific YouTube channel, it will also be notified on Google Plus. And of course, Google is paying attention to Google Plus. Now, is Google paying attention to Facebook as much?
It get ranked in Facebook, so that's why it's good to have a lot of content on Facebook. So your page or your name can get ranked from Facebook.
Okay, good. Is that business pages or private?
Business.
Business. Okay, so Facebook business pages can be ranked in Google. Now, if you're playing the Google game, yeah, you want to have your name as all over everywhere you possibly can. If you want to play the Google game, only the Google game, then you want to also make sure that you are optimizing Google Plus and YouTube, because they are both entities of Google. And so create a Google Plus page and have that YouTube channel that is associated with that be relevant to the horse whisperer videos. Also, you touched on a very good point that I harp on in the product a lot, and that has to do with scheduling. You want to do an event every week, and that is absolutely fantastic. Timberley also talked about, you want to have stuff for the week. Well, YouTube videos are the same. We recommend getting content and constantly having content being pumped out to YouTube. And so sometimes, and on some sort of schedule, once a week, twice a week, once every 2 weeks, you need to determine. But if you can do that, that's another tip that I didn't even put in the updates here, but if you can have some sort of schedule where content is constantly being uploaded to YouTube, YouTube loves that, and it is paying attention to that, and it's going to really help boost everything. It's going to help boost your views, your subscribers, and your ranking in YouTube, and ultimately in Google. Now, you also said that you want to do a live event every week. Well, I cover that as well in the product as well. YouTube live events. That is live streaming from your camera live right into YouTube. So people can watch you live, but they can also, once you're done with your live event, that is now a new video up on YouTube that you can optimize and that people can see, as long as it's public, they can see. So that is a very good idea. If you can do a weekly video, you want to make sure that you set up a channel specifically for that. And then you also want to make sure that you optimize this YouTube channel for the search engines. And by that I mean you want to make sure that there are keywords in the right place, and you also want to make sure that your website is in the right place. Yes, your website can only be clickable, and this is a big deal, can only be clickable in 3 places on your YouTube, in your YouTube account, and you want to take advantage of that. Especially, you want to take advantage of that. So that is also in the training as well. All right, we have some more questions here. Let's see, just learning about Google Hangouts. Since these Hangouts get automatically uploaded to YouTube, will you be covering how these need to be handled if there's any difference? Good question, Jim. I don't really cover Google Hangouts, and here's the reason why. I cover YouTube Live, which is the advanced next level above Google Hangouts. YouTube Live lets you stream HD content. You can have multiple cameras. You can cut to these cameras. You can have people commenting. People can comment on Hangouts too, but you can also show your screen. It can basically be webinar software if you wanted to, and it's free. Now, Hangouts, yes, they get automatically uploaded to YouTube. So do YouTube Live events. But here's the other neat thing. You can have a YouTube Live event that is also simultaneously a Hangout. So it can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So that's why I personally just went and skipped over Hangouts because it's fine, but it's a little bit more the beginner level, and I just went over to the advanced, and I have training on how to use that. Okay, Sue says she can't find the PayPal checkout, only see submitting full details. Okay, Sue, we'll email you with the PayPal. I'm interested to know why that's not in there. I'll have to take another look. But yes, you can pay with PayPal, and I'll show you that. I'll send you a link. How do you separate the different areas you do in Facebook? I'm a knitwear designer, teach a specific knitting machine, am an author, and have a creative writing group. I find that when all of these different areas come through the news feed, my regular folks get confused. How can these be kept separate? Do you hear that, Timberley? How do you separate different areas in Facebook? Do you have a page for each different thing? Because she does knitwear designer, but she also talks about specific knitting machines, and she also has a creative writing group that's completely separate. How do you handle that?
So you have different groups. One second. Let me see what we got here.
It's a good question.
You can target your Facebook updates, or you can have separate page. You can have multiple Facebook pages attached to your account. So either you can target your Facebook updates. That's something in the advanced level where you can go in and target it, girl, guy, or local, or whatnot. And that's without the ads. That's just something you can set up on the back end and target and to see who actually sees those updates, so you don't send them to everybody. And that'll be in the advanced section of the training that I have. So because like sometimes I'll target a post to a female audience and a male audience, and it's pretty much might be driving them to the same blog post, but it's definitely a different picture or a different copy that goes with it. So there's definitely options to target, or you can just do Facebook pages, different pages for each of the things that you have.
And so if you do different pages, that it will not all come through on one newsfeed, right?
Yes, and if you do different pages, it'll be separate newsfeed. So each person would have to like that individual page to see the updates from that page.
Okay, so you probably recommend having, if it's a different topic, a different page.
Yes, if it's totally different, there's no way you can connect them together, different page. But if it's similar, then you can keep it on the same page, because ultimately it's the same target, and people are going to be interested in it.
Now, would you recommend the knitwear designer page also have stuff about the specific knitting machine?
Yeah, because that seems really similar to each other. Yeah, so you can work that into the same page.
Okay.
Yep.
Good. Yeah, if you need more information expanded on that, let us know. Harry wants to know, how much time and info in the credits and videos, or should links be in the description? Well, first off, yes, absolutely. Links should be in the description. You can have more than one link in the description, but make sure that the most important link, whatever that is, sales page, website, Facebook post, whatever you really want people to do, that should be the first link in the description. Farther down in the description, you can have more links. Here, let me show you. I'll show you how I did mine, and I'll show you in the defaults. Remember, I was talking about the defaults? I'll show you. I actually have links already set up in my defaults, so I don't need to put them in every single time. So I'm going to my defaults again. And in the description, my main link is the topmost one, and that would be my site, just my personal site, marcbullard.com. And then for each individual video, I would add some text in that description box for that individual video. But it also has a subscribe link to my YouTube channel. It has a link to another training product. It has another training product with a coupon. It even has the link to my main important website, again, farther down at the bottom. So and you can put Facebook link, Twitter link, you can put all of those in here, and I do recommend that. Just make sure that the #1 link that you are really trying to get people to go to, that needs to be the first topmost link. I even put my email address. That is not clickable, but at least people can see it. They can copy and paste it if they want. Now, the next part of your question was, how much time and info in credits? Now, are you talking about like text credits that you put at the end, such as similar to a movie? If so, I don't ever put credits in the video. First off, remember I was talking about the watch time and how long people pay attention to your videos. Well, I've noticed that once they get to the credits, they drop like flies. So the credits, if anything, I would try to put credits in sporadically throughout the video, or maybe in the beginning, but not on a black screen. I would have content being displayed, or content also being heard, and then on the screen have credits for that. If that's not what you meant, no problem. Just expand in the question box, and I'll get into more detail. How long should the promotional video be? Good question. For this is the fan finder video. How long will people watch before clicking off? Well, let me tackle the first one. How long should the promotional video be for your channel? short and sweet. 30 seconds to a minute. You just want to get in, tell people what your YouTube channel is about, and then tell them what they need to do, as such as go to the channel, subscribe. That's usually what YouTube is recommending, because these fan finder videos can still be skipped after 5 seconds if they're showing up in the first section of the video of whatever people are watching. It still can be skipped, so you really got to get in quick. Give them only information. Try to get them to go to your channel and then get out. Jim was asking, what happens after the 6 months are up? Will it continue to be updated? Well, yes. What's going to happen is, though, anybody who buys the product, they get the updates for 6 months, and then if they want to get some more updates, email us, and then we will handle that as a per person basis. But when you buy the product, you get up to 6 months of free updates with each discipline, YouTube and Facebook. Let's see here. We got some more questions. It seems that all of the different areas are going through the newsfeed. Is that a setting I need to change? Okay, so it seems like all the different areas are going through the newsfeed on Facebook. It sounds like you'd have to, what? You can't change it at that point. You'd have to establish pages. I'm not
sure if I understand your question. The newsfeed is what you look at. So basically, the pages that you like or the friends that you follow is your newsfeed. Your timeline is the post that you actually update. So can you just send me an email so I can make sure I'm understanding your question correctly and I can answer it? And my email is still inside the box, which is TIMBERLEYJones@gmail.com. I definitely love to help, but I just want to make sure we're on the same page before I start offering advice and all that good stuff. Thank you.
Yes, definitely. Yes, her email is TIMBERLEYJones@gmail.com. You can email her. She will get to you specifically. It is in the chat box, and I also put it in the question box. We answered a question, and we put her email in there, so be on the lookout for that. All right, Harry said yes. Oh, does music keep your audience longer? Oh, wait, you know what? I didn't get to the second part of Harry's video question. How long will people watch before clicking off? Good question. Each video is different. What I have found is the videos that provide information and get in and get out and answer a question are the videos that people want to hang on to and stay longer. If it's only promotion and it's just talking about your business and not really answering a question, if it's saying, hey, come to my site, it's really cool, you'll learn this, people are dropping like flies. They're leaving after the first 10 to 20 seconds. And that's going to hurt you. First off, they're not going to watch the rest of your video, but also YouTube is paying attention to that, and they think that you are not popular because the watch time is not up. So one thing that you want to do is I've said it over and over again, keep it short and sweet. If you can provide content, answer a question in 1 to 3 minutes, 3 minutes is pushing it, that is going to do you a whole lot better than a 5 to 6 minute long video, because the watch time is being looked at as a percentage. So if you have a 6 minute video and somebody watches 1 minute of it, and if you have a 2 minute video and somebody's watching the first minute of it, well, that 50% of the second video is definitely going to rank better than whatever that is, the first minute in a 6 minute long video. So I can't really give you an exact answer of how long people will watch, because it's all different products, and music will, I don't know if it'll keep your audience longer, but it adds to the professional aspect of it. And so, like I said, you don't need to have the greatest camera. You don't need to have a giant set to do these things. Content is king, but you still want to have some sort of good shot. You definitely want to have good audio, as in your voice, and adding music does add to the professional aspect of your videos. So does it keep it longer? I can't answer that. I'm really not sure. I would guess yes, but there's no proof that I have to back that up. So I guess you have to do some research and find out on your own. Okay, so let's see here. We have some more questions coming in. Sue wants to know about the PayPal. We'll help you out with that, Sue. Surprised why that's not showing up. Other than that, any more questions, let us know now. Go to Top Internet Consulting. Again, on Top Internet Consulting, for free, there's a video on there that has 3 more updates you need to be aware of. The 3 updates cover The live streaming covers optimizing your videos and also how to customize and make your videos your very own. So watch those 3 extra updates on topinternetconsulting.com/YFD, YouTube, Facebook, Domination. Also, if you guys, any of you guys out there want to have us do a webinar for you, no problem. We will gladly do a webinar to you. If you have an email list of your own, you can get a commission from the sales. We offer a commission based on all of our sales here. So if you have a list, email list, or a group of people that might be interested in this, let us know, and we will set up a webinar to that group. That could be great for Facebook too. If you have a Facebook group, let people know. Okay, so any more questions? Other than that, we are going to be getting out of here. We appreciate everybody that was on the line. All great questions, great attendees, great attendance, and you will be receiving a recording for this webinar so you can watch it over and over and over again. Also, let us know if you have any questions. And when you get the recording, we will also provide links to TIMBERLEY and myself, so you can email us with any specifics, and that will be it. Okay, so last chance, people. Any more questions? Thank you, Madeline. Thank you, Harry. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Sue. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Diane. Thank you, Janice or Janice. I butchered your name. And thank you, everybody else who was on the line with us tonight. If there's no more questions, we are going to get out of here. So, again, thank you. YouTube, Facebook, Domination, topinternetconsulting.com/YFD. Have a great night, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.